This is not a very good hunting channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my new turkey hunting gear from Skre. I picked up the Hardscrabble set as well as their balaclava. So I just wanted to talk about it a little bit and let you know my thoughts on using this stuff for my first attempt this year at turkey and my first success this year at turkey. So let's dive into the gear. Stay tuned. Okay, so like I said, I picked up this set from Skre. I was looking for something for turkey. Up here in Ontario, it's pretty cold at the start of this turkey season. Like the highs only get to 10 degrees Celsius, but in the mornings it's hovering near zero. Certainly below 5 degrees anyways, so it's not exactly warm. So today I was able to get out, of course never as early as I'd hoped, but I was able to get out this morning and it was showing about 2 degrees, something like that, 2 degrees Celsius. And I gotta say, I was very impressed with this Hardscrabble set. I got the jacket in Summit, the pants as well. I'll like to take a look at the pants in a bit. But also the balaclava, which very nice stuff. This is very, very thin, lightweight, but it's still warm enough. Sitting in a turkey chair. I wasn't using my blind today. They had been calling for rain later on, but I was hoping that I'd get one before the rain would come. Luckily enough, I got it. So yeah, I've been researching a lot for turkey gear, simply because the gear that I have is more for whitetail hunting. The high-end stuff that I use is the Sitka Fanatic stuff, and so that's kind of overkill for turkey. Plus, it's like a lot of white and grays. I have used this Cabela's hoodie every now and then, but it's not really as green. Like, it doesn't really have any of the nice bright greens that this thing has. Also, my other stuff for when it's a little bit warmer, just the Cabela's Zones cotton, almost like denim. Just a button-up shirt, button-up pants. But it's not easy to layer with that stuff, because it's kind of true to size. You wear it like a shirt. You're not wearing it like a jacket. And I also got that for like afternoon hunts when it's 15 degrees outside. So wearing that in the morning when it's hovering around zero, it's not very fun. But yeah, so I was looking maybe at the Sitka lineup of their Traverse or Equinox and that kind of stuff. But that's really, again, it's expensive stuff. So I was hoping to go, you know, somewhere in between, find a happy medium between, Sitka gear and just the generic, Cabela's type stuff. So I stumbled upon Skre and watched lots of videos, read lots of reviews, and I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with their stuff. Um, Now I did order their gloves, the Velocity gloves, and I was not impressed. Not impressed by their gloves at all. Um, I run QU and Sitka gloves for when I'm whitetail hunting. I wanted something, well, first of all, I wanted something to match the camo. So I already buying the Summit pattern and everything, so I might as well get the Summit gloves. But just as a glove, they didn't seem very good. I got them in a medium because I thought I'd have to size down to be tight. The fingers were okay, but the thumb, there was something off with the thumb. So it bunched up really weird, and it didn't feel very good. They're kind of loose, like they're baggy, like the material that they use. It's merino wool, but it doesn't seem like there's any spandex in them at all. So they're just kind of like loose on your hands, like it's just like generic cotton type terry gloves or whatever like that. So I'm not very impressed. So I'm gonna see if maybe it's just the sizing. So I'll send them back and try a large. Hopefully that'll fix the issue. Otherwise, it'll be sent back, and I'll probably go with like a Traverse glove from Sitka in the subalpine or something like that camo. Just something brighter to go with the jacket. The Yeah, so get into the jacket. I was very impressed. It's warmer than I thought. I was thinking, going by the videos that I'd seen that are out there, they don't really show the material all that much. So here, I'll take it off. I'll try to let you see the material that it's made of. It has a fairly, I'd say, medium type fleece. Like it's not Arctic fleece, super thick. Um, it's not that like thin micro fleece that Cabela's and Sitka and stuff uses. Like compared to Sitka, I think it's definitely heavier than their hoodie, like their Fanatic hoodie. The fleece on that is much thinner than this. But there goes my mic. Okay, so it's the fleece is thicker than the Fanatics hoodie, but it also has mesh along the sides where the pockets go. So that way, when you open a pocket, you can vent your heat. They also have the zipper pockets, which these armpit zips. Now I know, you're like me, you've been watching a lot of videos. Everybody talks about the armpit zips, and I'm sitting there going, if that's the biggest selling point of this jacket, then maybe it's not a very good jacket. But I gotta say, it actually is something nice to have, because once it starts getting hotter in the early mornings or whatever, you can start venting heat instead of having to shed layers. Like I was in a merino base layer, t-shirt, merino base layer, this hoodie, and the Hardscrabble jacket, and I finished up around, I want to say 10 o'clock by the time I got back to the camp, and it was starting to get warm. and I'm glad that I had the ability to open up the zippers and let some of that cool air come in. But just as a jacket itself, it's actually quite nice. If you look at the fabric, the fabric is it's soft, but it seems tough. Like so this is yeah. So this is Sitka's Timberline, which is their like their windbreaker, and this fabric is much thinner. This is much thinner than that fabric. That fabric feels. I mean, the jacket itself is thinner because it doesn't have much insulation at all. This has some insulation in the way of the fleece lining, but the fabric itself, in here, this fabric is louder. Um, it seems like it's probably as tough, but they're fairly similar. Um, but again, this barely has any insulation to it. So, I mean, it's still a warm jacket. It cuts out the wind. This, I was really surprised. It seems to me like it's almost like a heavier, warmer version of the Timberline. I didn't feel it wasn't exactly super windy out this morning, but I didn't feel any breeze or anything like that coming through, and I stayed pretty warm considering, I was out hunting deer in temperatures sometimes as warm as what it was this morning doing turkey. And I was bundled up, and this thing kept me warm. Uh, I'm very impressed. Now, I will say that up here in Canada, come springtime, it's not uncommon for people to be outside in t-shirts when it's like 10 degrees outside. Simply because we've been used to minus 20, you know 15, and anytime there's a warmish day that gets above zero, we start shedding clothing because we've been so accustomed to super cold weather that anything above zero is nice. Now, I'm not trying to put that down as to why the reason why this seemed like it was so warm, but I think it's a very good jacket. Um, as far as size goes, I normally wear a large and everything. I wore an extra. I got this in an extra large, knowing that I'm going to be layering underneath because of the cold. Um, and it fits great. It's still like slightly baggy on me. Like it's not. So I can fit more layers under this if I wanted to. I don't know if I ever would though, because I don't want to be shedding layers later on in the day. So I kind of have to find that happy medium of warm enough for the morning and not too sweaty afterwards. Which all these vents, like pretty much every pocket that you open, you can see my thumb there. It's vented. So if you're getting really hot, same thing with the pants. I'll go with the pants. Same thing with the pants. I have these open too. They have fleece pockets in these ones, but these little cargo pockets, there's fleece lining in them, but it's fairly thin. Then it has the this is just mesh inside there, so that when you're hot. But the pants I normally wear 32 or a 33. I'm pretty much a 33. 32 is sometimes too tight. 34 is sometimes too baggy. Um, but I got these in a 34, and they fit okay. I find that they fit really nice, but if I zip up these pockets, it starts to get a little bit tight around here. Like we're not at the belt buckle yet, or the belt loops, just under the belt. That's where it starts to get a little bit tight. But I am wearing merino wool long underwear underneath that. But yeah, the the stuff that it's made out of, it's Teflon coated, so it's supposed to be waterproof and waterproof, water resistant, and wind resistant. And I can't speak to the water resistance, but it seemed like it kept the wind out fairly well. I was definitely not uncomfortable um, in my turkey chair. I didn't use a blind, so I didn't have any of that blind material to be blocking the wind and then deal with this. So I was just out in the elements. So I was impressed with that. Also, the balaclava worked great. It's very light, like super lightweight, very very thin. And yeah, it's thin enough that you don't really notice it. Now I was wearing, what was I wearing on top of it? Of course, can't find it in stuff. There we go. So I was wearing hat on top of it, and then I had my, my earmuffs, my sound suppressing electronic earmuffs on top. But yeah, it was working very good. You gotta adjust it every now and then, especially with the earmuffs. The earmuffs seem to pull the sides down when you put the earmuff on top, so I had to keep adjusting this up. But if you adjust your earmuffs a little bit higher before you put them down onto this balaclava, I'm sure you won't have any issues. But yeah, it's easily breathable, and you don't get too much moisture. I mean, your breath is going to cause some of it to get wet, but it's very easy to pull that down if you're going to have a sip of your water or whatever you're drinking, coffee. And it's again, it's easy to move. It's not loud. It's not very thick. So even though it was cold this morning, I didn't really notice it being all that bad. It's warm enough. It keeps you warm enough, even though it's super thin. Yeah. So yeah, that's just a quick review. This stuff goes on sale. I got on sale, so it wasn't too expensive, um, especially compared to Sitka gear. It's you know it's not a ton cheaper than Sitka, but it's enough. You get a lot more for your money in regards to more products. Like for the price of a jacket, Sitka, you can get a jacket and pants if they're on sale, or they're. I haven't looked too much into their late season stuff. I might dabble into that, but I'm pretty happy with my late season stuff with Sitka, so I don't know if I'm going to go too much further with the Skre gear. I might just stay with the Hardscrabble set. The camo is very nice too. It's perfect for spring, so that's mainly why I got it, because I needed something a little bit better for spring turkey. So yeah, we'll wrap it up there, and feeling pretty good. Got myself the first turkey, so I'm not going to say that this camo is what did it, but yeah, I was not totally brushed in the blind that I was sitting in. Just the just brush that had knocked down and I piled up to get in behind it. But it certainly didn't hurt it, because it didn't seem like he noticed I was there. So anyway, enjoy yourselves out there, guys. Hope you're having fun, and yeah, we'll see you soon. Take care.